So I might end up kneeling and doing this so you can see me properly, but we will find a nice standing position, little squeeze of the bum, holding the ring in front of us, slight pressure so you can feel sort of inside of your arm engaging, shoulders down, and then it's simply just a roll of the shoulders as we've done many times, making the roll a little bit bigger each time once you feel comfortable. So there's still that little pressure into the circle through the pads. And as you stand here, you can take a moment to notice your body, feel if one shoulder is working better than the other. If there's a reason for that, fine. If not, try and work them both at the same pace, and then reverse the direction. And you can find your breath. A couple more. And then you can bring the circle, stay standing out in front of you. So you want to think about the shoulder blade placement, your ribs over hips, squeeze of the bum, and then we send the circle forward, sliding the shoulder blades round and down, and then they slide behind to give a little kiss. All the time trying to keep your backs in a straight line, still pressure through the circle, shoulders don't lift as you draw in and out. They stay nice and placed. I'll try not to look so serious as I'm watching you. That's it, keep going. Couple more. And then we can bring the circle down to one hip. So again, put the padding on one hip, arm stays nice and long, shoulder down, and nice little presses in. So you're thinking squeezing the upper arm, nice regular. And the more you do, the more you'll start to feel it, and the more you'll want to lift the shoulder. So really think space from ear to the top of the shoulder blade or the shoulder joint, girdle. Get the right terminology at one point. Trying to keep the arms straight. And as I do this, I feel the back of the shoulder starting to work as well. Two more. And then scoot it around the other side. And again, space from top of the shoulder to ear, and a nice regular rhythm that suits you. All the time, I've still got that little squeeze of the bottom, tummy button drawing into the spine, thinking about the sides of our bodies. Keeping everything else still, closing the gap in the armpit. It's quite hard work. And staying on pulses, we're going to bring the circle forward. And we're going to keep the arms straight. And we're going to pulse for 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift it up. 4, 3, 2, 1. And 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. And 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Wear a crown. 3, 2, 1. Take it off. 3, 2, 1. Bring it in front. 3, 2, 1. And chest. 3, 2, 1. And down. 2, 1. And again. And chest. and up, 3, 2, 1, a crown, 3, 2, 1, and up, 3, 2, 1, and forward, 3, 2, 1, and chest, 3, 2, 1, and down, 3, 2, 1. Final time, 1, 2, 3, shoulders down, and up, 2, 3, tummy buttons in, and crown, and up, and forward, and chest, and down. Oh, brilliant. Give the arms a little shake. We will continue with these presses, but this time with bent elbows, and we'll challenge our balance. So as we press in, keeping the shoulders down, we're just going to peel a foot off the floor to the toe and place it down, and then change sides. So I'm trying not to hitch my hips every time I do it, just thinking peeling forward. So it's a bit of coordination, mind, body, bit of tap the head, rub the tummy. And then once you've got that, you feel free to keep pulsing and just change sides. Lovely. So again, squeezing the bum, keeping the shoulders relaxed as you can, peeling off. Nice balancy challenge. Doing well, lovely. Nearly there. Final change. And then if you're happy with your arms up in the air, we're going to side bend. So I'm just holding the circle up there, a little squeeze in between and reaching over. Tummy button to spine to come back to center. And then over the other side. Keeping the front of my hips forward. If your shoulders hurt, feel free just to have the circle in front of you. And breathing out to come to center. Thinking up and over. And one more time. Up and over. And then relax. Bring the circle just under, not that I've got much boobage, under the chest. Keep it in front, we'll rotate. So again, as always, breathing in to rotate the ribs. So you keep the hips facing forward, breathing out to center. And this is a really nice way of doing it because it gives you some good feedback. Keeping the shoulders relaxed. Breathing out to center. If you want, you can keep a hand on the opposite hip so you know, pull it back almost to make sure you're staying with the hips front and center. That's it. Good, Jackie. That's it, Jeanette. Lovely. Nice and easy. Couple more to each side just to really warm the back up. Final set to each side. And then let's put the circle down by our ankles. I have it just above the ankle bone. Feet turned out ever so slightly, and we'll start to work our legs and ankles a little bit more. So we just basically do some squats and come onto our toes. So you might take a couple to find a position that you're getting enough connection to keep hold of that circle. As we do this. So squeezing the bottom and thinking sides of the body coming in each time. It's not the most comfortable, as we're all finding out. You get used to it. One more. And then shuffle around, so sort of in fourth position or fifth. So angle the feet away. And the same thing, so trying to keep the ribs, sorry, the hips as forward as possible. Just do a couple to start with, then feel free to try and come onto your toes. It's more challenging in this one, obviously. And it might be a little bit much, so Jackie, just be mindful of your back and hips. Nice and slow and controlled. One more. And then turning around the other way. It's always a challenge to keep the circle there, but feel free just to move your body, then put it back. And again, squatting down, squeezing and standing. And again, each side might feel different. Might be easier this way for some reason. Or for me, for some reason, it feels a little bit less stable and harder. And I think that's Elaine just texting me, so if you don't mind. Okay, she's still having problems. Couple more. And as always with props, don't get frustrated. Just reset yourself and try again. That's it. One more. Lovely. Okay. Final one, I think, standing. Everybody's favorite, not balance. So squeezing the standing leg, you're going to loosely rest the toes of one leg on top, cross your arms like a little Cossack, thinking about the bum of the lifted leg, slightly press down so you make a little oval and then release. So tummy button to spine, bum squeezing of the standing leg. Your attention is taken to the back of your pressing leg. And the taller you feel and think with your upper body, and the more you draw the tummy button into the body, the more stability you might find. So I like to breathe out as I press down, breathe in to release. That's it, Jeanette, good. Don't press too far, so we're not trying to squish it completely. One more. You're getting your cardio in there, Jackie, and then change sides. And actually you can change arms as well, so have the other arm on top, because sometimes we do favor a certain position and it's always good to challenge it. That's it, lovely. Good. Don't get frustrated or just let Elaine in. That's it, Jeanette. One more. And then as we allow Elaine in, take your foot off, do a few roll downs. So you can start with your circle above the head, nod the head, gradually roll it down towards the floor. Tummy button, spine standing back up again. And as you take the circle up, feel free to lift the heart and lean backwards a little bit so you're getting a bit of chest expansion. And then the same thing, rolling back down. And do 2 more of those. Elaine, if you can hear me, I can't see your picture. And when you come in, just mute yourself and do a few pelvic tilts to warm up, and then join whenever you're ready. On this next one, Jackie and Jeanette, just rolling down, coming onto the mat, turning over into our lovely semi-supine position. And we will have the circle between our thighs. This way I get more light for you. So it's again slightly squeezed and engaged, and we can just have a few moments here. So squeeze with the inner thighs, keeping the feet flat on the floor, keeping the ribs engaged, shoulders wide, and then release. This is a nice simple movement to start connecting all the muscles and feeling how the body feels in this position. Again, not the most comfy, but feel around with the circle until it's okay. And then hands behind the head. And as we breathe out, squeezing, curling up. Again, we're not trying to squish the circle into a long line. We're simply finding that inner thigh engagement all the time, focusing on the integrity of our curl up movement. So breathing out, squeezing the thighs toward each other, tummy, button, spine, drawing the ribs down to the hips, and breathing in to place yourself back down. That's it, lovely. And using the prop might be a help. And Jackie, it seems to be helping this. You're not having to shuffle from side to side so much to come up, which is brilliant. Breathing out, keeping the base of your tailbone on the mat. That's it, lovely. Make sure you're not pulling too much on the back of your head. Press the head into the hands, keep the tummy button drawing into the body. That's it. It's looking good. 2 more. And then if you need to, just hug your knees into the chest. And you can either place the circle between the ankles for the next one, or back between the thighs. So we're going to do the 100. So all we're going to do exactly as we normally do, either extend the legs and you can beat the arms and then bring them in for a moment or two if you need to, or have them in the inner thighs and keep them down. So find the position you want with your circle, nod to chin, curl up tummy button to spine. If you're going to extend your legs, extend them, and then we beat the arms. 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, out, in, out. Keeping the tummy button down, keeping the shoulders relaxed, keeping the chins nodded, keeping everything stable. If you need to bend your knees in for a moment, please do. And you can always take your feet down if it's too much on your back. You're doing fantastic. You're nearly there. 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Last time. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. And hug your knees in. Lose the circle. Fantastic. Oh, we do like this. Then lying back, you can hook a circle over one leg. So you've got one long leg on the floor, one in the air, holding on and nodding the chin. Think about pressing the heel away, slowly, 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 slowly rolling up to sitting, coming nice and tall at the top, nice straight back. That's it, lovely. And then using the circle and the engagement you've got, keeping the shoulders down, start thinking tailbone away to slide back down onto the mat. Breathing out. Bringing yourself up. And the more you think about using the back of your thigh, of the leg that's in the circle, to lead the movement, the easier it might become. That's it, lovely and smooth. That's it, Jackie, lovely. Tummy button to spine, send the tailbone away, yes, good. Very nice, Jeanette. Jeanette, just nod your chin a little bit more. That's it, keep it there if you can. So I certainly find I lead with my chin a lot. I'm always having to readjust myself, keep the back of the neck long. That's it, Jackie. Good, 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 good. Wonderful. Yes, Jeanette, gorgeous. One more on this leg. Otherwise, I'll keep you staying this way forever. I'm just watching in awe. At the top, change legs. So you can stay lying down and just change the circle in the leg. That's it. And focus again. Set yourself up, shoulders relaxed, breathing out, thinking back of the thigh and the heel, gradually, 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 smoothly lifting you up and taking you back down again. Oh, no worries. That's it. Hovering that leg and then coming back again. Yes, that's it, Jackie. Good. Well done. Just do a couple more. Lovely and smooth, Jeanette. Perfect head position. Good. We'll come on to that in a minute, Jackie. One more, and then finish lying down. Or finish the one you're on. Let's do a roll up. So legs can either be together, flexing the feet, circle comes to the ceiling, lifting the body up and over, and then reaching the circle beyond the toes if you can. Sitting tall and rolling back down. So all the time drawing tummy button, spine, shoulders away from the ears. You can press your heels away to help you come up a little bit. And you can think of how the circle might have been helping you previously. And think about the pressures that you felt using it to assist in coming up again. That's it. Lovely, Jeanette. Good. Almost, Jackie. That. Oh. Don't do yourself damage. Focus on the rolling back if it's going to hurt anything. One more. And then finish the one you're on seated, and we'll bend the legs upwards. I think might change that. So we'll do a half roll back series. So this time we start with a circle above the head, slight pressure between the arms, shoulders down. We're going to hinge back and send the tailbone away, bring the circle to the knees, and then lift and lower the circle for 3 and 2 and 1, keeping the shoulders relaxed and then curling forward and sitting tall. So find a position where your legs don't come off the floor, so they can be longer or lower. And all the time you've got pressure on the circle as you lift and lower, trying to keep your body as stable as you can. For 3, that little curl forward to come to sitting. Let me watch you hinging back first, rolling back to that point. You've got to hold it through the abdominals. That's it, Jeanette. Lovely. Good. That's it, Jackie. Remember, keep the shoulders relaxed. as much as possible. All the work is coming through the abs. Curling forward, yes. Good. Lovely, Jeanette. We will do one more set, I think, of these. And if at any point you need to shake your legs out too. And we will do our rotation here. So shoulders and down, arms can stay forward, pressure on the circle, hinge, send the tailbone away, so you're in that long position, and we circle around to the side, tummy button to spine to bring you forward. You can see I'm shaking like a leaf. And then curling forward, sitting tall. Of course, if you feel that's really easy, arms overhead and hinge, send it back and keep the circle above you as you rotate, but only do that if you're not feeling any pressure on the back, and it's a nice slow movement, no speed required to make sure nothing twinges. That's it. Wonderful. So you're keeping both bum cheeks on the floor, same as the rotations we do when we're standing up. It's just the ribs moving around, the oblique muscles. You must be getting tired. This is good work. Fantastic. Curling forward, sitting tall. One more set. And then lie down, hug your knees in, have a little moment to breathe, because that's tough. Good, hug your knees in. And you can actually, it's quite nice just having the circle over your toes, rocking from side to side. I might try this one. We will do the rollover. So putting the circle between the ankles again, legs in front. And this is where we take the legs up to the ceiling and over. So Jackie, I know you want to do this one, but be careful. And then roll back down slowly, keeping your upper body down. So we've done a lot of work that's been warming up the back. We should be okay. And it's all about being slow and controlling the spine. So I'm pressing into the ground with my arms. That's it, send the legs away. And then tummy button to spine to bring you up into shoulder stand. That's fine, Jackie, that's fine. And if it's too, that's it, Jeanette. Jackie, if you can't get them up and over your head, which is perfectly fine, you can just do the leg lowers, but make sure you're not arching your back, or you could do toe taps to make sure the back stays completely safe. Just do a couple more of whatever version you're doing. That's it, lovely, Jeanette. Good, Jackie, well done. Keep the chin nodded. And then come back to lying down. And we'll do rolling like a ball. So actually, no, we need to be sitting up, don't we? Circle between the thighs. So you've got some pressure. Again, hands on the shins. And it just feels slightly different with something else getting in the way. Make sure it doesn't garrote you. And then move it down a bit. So have it between the calves of your legs as well. So you've got different pressure and different balance points. That's it. So you're having to work to make sure you don't lose the circle. One more. Doing brilliantly. And then lie back, hug your knees in, have a moment's breath again. And I think we will turn our feet out. And so we've got the circle between our ankles. We're going to come up into a little curl up. Going to keep pressure, thinking inner thighs to extend and bend it in. Breathing out and breathing in. And if it's too much staying up there, curl up as you extend the legs away. Breathing in as you bend the knees in. Don't bring them really far into the chest. You want to get about 90-degree angle. And think and have a moment to look if you're doing a little sort of steering wheel action. As you extend your legs, you need to try and control that and work the legs at the same time to avoid wibbly wobbling, because that's going to happen in a moment. How are we all doing? That's it. So think the integrity of the curl up as well, pressing the head into the hands, tummy button to spine to do all the work. That's it. Lovely. 2 more. And then as we're there, just hug your knees in for a moment. We're going to keep the circle between our ankles. I'm working you really hard today because you're doing so well. Then extend them away. And we'll do the full curl up into teaser. So nodding the chin, curling up, coming to sitting, and then rolling your upper half down again. You can take hands overhead. So you're trying to keep your legs where they are, but you can, different versions, lift both arms and legs at the same time. One might be easier than the other. Oh, that's it. Wonderful. Keeping the pressure on the inner thighs. That's it, Jackie. Fantastic. As long as you've not hurt yourself. Yes, Jeanette. Good. One more try, because it's a toughie at the best of times, and with the circle, it's, yes, my goodness. Fantastic. Definitely. After this one, yes. Roll back. Yeah. Lie on the floor. Just hug your knees in. Rock from side to side. So I'm not finished on the deep abdominals as yet, but we are going to hold the circle over our shins as we curl up, and we'll do single leg stretch. So the focus here is on the inner arms again, and we're just stretching the leg away. Obviously, if it's too much, lose the circle. And if it's too much on your back, just hug your knee in and then change. So as you breathe out, change the legs, keep tummy button drawing through the body to the mat behind you. That's it. And 10, and 9, and 8, and 7, and 6, and 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1, and hug your knees in, have a moment's breath. Wonderful work. Okay, just a couple more in this position to go. Nodding the chin, curling forward, double leg stretch. So extend, so like the T's, but you're staying curled up. You want to curl up your upper body even higher each time. So again, pressure through the arms, shoulders away from the ears, extending arm and legs away. That's it. Tummy button through the body to the mat behind. At all times, breathing through. That's it, Jackie. Good. That's it, Jeanette. Curling up high with the upper body if you can. Brilliant. Extending away. 3 more. Good. Last one. Hug your knees in. And rock from side to side. Have a moment's breath. And then I'm afraid we're back to rotation. So you can either just have, as we do the standard curl up, the circle between your thighs. So you're not doing anything with your legs, curling up each way, back armpit to the ground behind. Otherwise, for the more challenging crisscross, legs away, curling up, and you're rotating the underneath leg towards the front elbow, centering, and then rotating the other way. So it's more challenging to keep hold of the circle. Mine's about to ping off, and you're staying up with the rotations. So choose something that's working for you today. Rotate the legs the other way, Jackie. That's it. So you're curling up to the leg coming towards you. Curling up this way to me. That's it. Then change the other way. Yeah, so it's harder to hold the circle. So you don't have to do anything with the legs, Jeanette. You're just almost like a steering wheel with the circle. So you're not extending the leg, you're just twisting. That's it. But nice and slow, keeping curled up. That's it. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. 2 more in each direction if you can. Doesn't matter if you can't. And then when you've done, hug your knees in. Rock from side to side, because this has all been very, very tough. And then come to sitting. We'll stretch out a bit. So legs separated. You might want to stretch forward to start with. Place the circle down. So you've got a bit of pressure through your hands. And then come back to sitting. So my circle is sort of angled. So it's our spine stretch forward. So you're reaching forward and then pressing down through the back of the arms, through the shoulders, keeping the legs as long as you can. If it's not comfy, you can bend the knees. And it's a little bit awkward with the circle. So have a play around. And if you don't like it, don't have to use it at all. Just reaching forward, stretching the back out a little bit, sitting up nice and tall. But it's quite nice getting those muscles, the pressure through the circle. That's it. One more set. And then rolling over, we will face the floor. And this next lot we're going to start with our Swan Dive. So we're working on our back extension, and it's really up to you. You can either have your hands, separate your legs, and either your hands, let me see, I've really changed my camera, sorry. You can see me on the underneath pad or on the top one. Depends how your shoulders and your back are. So pubic bone is nice and earth, shoulders drawing down your back, separated legs, toes pointing away, bum squeezing, breathing out, draw tummy button spine, bringing yourself up into our Swan Dive and then back down again. Breathing out, using your breath, sucking up through the tummy button, squeezing the bottom, and then coming back down again. So again, just have a play around. You don't want to damage your shoulders. It's extra strength challenge, back control, ab control. Really think drawing up through the stomach area, draw it into the body, draw it up. That's it. If you feel any pinching in the lower back, please take it down a level, and you can always work without the circle and without any prop. Just do 2 more because it's quite a hefty one. And then probably the hardest part of class is now getting the circle between our ankles while we're lying face down. Just like that. And that's where it always helps to have someone else in the room to do it for you. So we've got some nice inner thigh pressure, keeping it in place. That's it, fantastic, right. So extend the legs away. All we're doing is hamstring curls, double leg. So from here, squeezing the bum, think sides of the bum into the body as you lift both legs and breathing in, extend away. So shoulders relaxed. And again, in this position, when you look back at what's going on at me, you'll see I'm fighting really hard because I'm getting that steering wheel motion. So my legs are not working at the same intensity. So my focus is on my right hand side, which seems to be lazy today. And there's a lot of shake. So trying to keep the legs working at the same strength, bending in and extending away. So you can have your hands under your forehead, Jackie and Jeanette, for comfort. Have to work really hard, that's great. Hopefully you're starting to feel some effort. Lovely. Do one more set. We're going to keep the circle where it is. And we'll do our double leg kick. So which is pretty much the same thing. You turn your head to one side, so you're looking one way. Have your hands crossed loosely behind your back. Legs are extended, hovering slightly off the floor if needed. And then we do 3 kicks in, holding the circle. Extend the legs away, straighten the arms, look to the mat, turn your head away, place it down, bend the knees in, bring your arms bent back on your back, and then 3 pulses again, 2, 3. Extend into the long arrow, look the other way, pulse, pulse, pulse. Extend, look the other way, pulse, pulse, pulse as you change. So a lot of coordination going on, trying to keep the legs working, holding the circle as straight as you can, pulsing and extending away. That's it. Bye, Jeanette, thank you. One more, Jackie. That's it. And then once you're done, sit back into a child pose. Release the back. You can lose the circle and stretch out. Brilliant. My focus is all on you now. Aren't you lucky? Right. Go onto your side. And we have the circle on the underneath leg, just above the ankle. No, I'm lying. Underneath leg on the inside of the pad. Top leg on the outside. So nice and long, and hands in front for balance if you need to. Same focus as always, try and get hip over hip and shoulder over shoulder. And from here, you've got slight pressure on the top leg, and you're just lifting and lowering the underneath leg. Keeping the circle nice and steady. Yes, always a challenge. That's it. So straight underneath leg, which will help. That's it. Pressing down on the top leg ever so slightly, then lifting and lowering the underneath leg. That's it. Perfect. So you can keep your head down. Just focus on squeezing the inner thighs of the underneath leg. Lift and lower. Good. Yes. 3 more. So it's not loads of pressure on the top one, just a little bit of engagement and sinking long through the top hip. And then keeping the bottom leg down, sinking the inner thigh, pressing together from the top leg. So your nice long leg pressing down and releasing off again. Yeah, good. Lovely. And 2 more. And then bring the top leg on the inside of the circle. So again, it's resting on the pad. And we do double leg lift. So sinking pressure outwards at the hips. Different dynamic. And again, hand in front for balance today. You can do this both ways. So as we're doing it, or if you want to have legs on the outside of the circle, so you're squeezing in the thighs. But for today, I'm thinking outer hip. And 1 more. Scoot over to the other side. So underneath leg nice and long. Then find the top leg, a little bit of pressure. Rolling slightly further forward onto the hip to make sure you are actually hip over hip and toes pointing forward. Slight pressure on the top, and then it's squeezing to lift and lower the underneath leg. That's it. Good. Breathing out to lift. Breathing in to place it down. Again, keep focusing on the underneath side of your body as well. Tummy button drawing in to keep the abs engaged. Feet just relaxed. And it's all inner thigh work. Yeah. 2 more. Final one. And then think about pressing down with the top leg. Breathing out to press. Breathing in to release. And again, nice and smooth. That's good. That looks really strong. One more. And then bringing both legs into the circle. A little bit of outward pressure on that top leg. And lift. And lower. So make sure the legs stay slightly in front of you. As always, to make sure there's no pressure on the lower back. Breathing out to lift. Breathing in to lower. Yes, good. Yeah, you can lift your upper body if you wish. It's really aching my outside hip. 2 more. Final one. And then lose the circle. Nearly at the end, promise. Coming onto hands and knees, we'll do some dogs and planks. So you want the circle long ways under your body. So top of the padded bit is just underneath sort of my sternum. And this gives a really nice feedback as well. So find the quadruped position, shoulders over the wrists, 4 fingers facing forward. Have a check where your feet are. They should be in line with your knees. And we're not trying to squeeze down on the circle. It's giving us guidance that our back isn't arching. We're not rocking to and fro as we extend opposite arm and legs. I'm actually working a little bit harder than normal, I think, because I'm trying to keep the circle in the same place. I'm drawing the backs of my shoulders down, keeping them flat and away from the ears at the upper shoulder. Focus is on the area between my bottom and my leg. That's looking lovely. Nice and smooth. Don't need to lift the legs so high. Really think length. Imagine someone's pulling the opposite arm and leg away from you across from. That's it. Perfect position. That's it. Lovely. 2 more on each side. That's it. Good. So final set. Really nice. And then keeping the circle where it is, let's plank. Why not? Oh, I've shuffled away. So stepping one foot back, then the other back. And we'll hold it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just bend the knees down. And come back up. And let's bend the elbows outwards for some little press ups, keeping guidance. So keeping the back where it is. Just do as many as you're comfortable with, up to 10 as a maximum. Keep drawing the tummy button into the body, keeping the shoulders away from the ears. If you need to put the knees down at any point, please do. Keep breathing. Fine. And let's finish that then. So give the wrists a little bit of a wiggle wobble. Shoulders a wiggle wobble. And come to line. We'll stretch using the circle so it can be our friend now instead of our enemy. Literally hook a foot up. Aim to get the backs of your shoulders onto the mat. Tailbone down. Just breathe in this position and gradually flex your foot to get more of a hamstring stretch once you're comfortable. Excuse me. And direct your breath up the back of your leg. Allow your pelvis and hips to really relax into the mat. Feel that lovely stretch, hopefully. And depending what leg you've got, if you've got your right leg, hold the circle with your left arm, right arm out, and then draw that right leg across the body. And you can look the other way. And you should be feeling a stretch around the outside of your leg. It's quite an intensive one. Keep breathing, keep breathing, keep breathing. And back to the center. And then take the leg out to the side and look the other way. The support of the circle really helps you just extend that little bit further, trying to keep the other side of your body and hip firmly down. So again, always just hold it as far as you can control. Back to center and change legs. So starting with a hamstring stretch. Again, take a moment just to relax and allow the long leg to be heavy in the hip joint. And then deepen it ever so slightly by flexing the foot a bit more. Directing your breath up the back of your leg. Breathing, breathing, breathing. If it's too much, Jackie, we can change it. Then opposite hand, just drawing the leg across the body, using the circle. Of course, yeah, if you keep it bent, that's fine. Looking away. Then come back to center, open the leg out to the side, just as far as you can to keep the other side onto the mat, looking away. Couple more breaths, just to allow that stretch to fully happen. And coming back to center, bending the knee, unhooking the circle, rolling over onto your side. And seeing if you've still got the strength to sit up. Well done.